Have you ever wondered how salespeople you watch or hear about, or maybe even your colleagues use the same script but get 100% better results? There are 5 main types of tonality that you have to master if you want to be at the top of your sales game, and I'm going to actually teach you all of them. Your job is to make sure that you write them down and commit to actually mastering them. I'm Ryan Valet, your Fexpert or final expense expert. I've made over 20 grand a month for 3+ years as an agent off of client booked appointments only. My goal now is to help as many agents as I can understand how to truly make a living selling final expense life insurance, whether you're sitting at your desk in a cubicle or dialing in your underwear at home. Pause this now and drop a fire emoji down in the comments for me real quick. And while you're at it, give it a like and subscribe for me. The first tone type is the curious tone. Your tone actually determines how your prospect interprets your intentions. For example, if you say, "So John, tell me, how long have you been looking?" instead of, "So John, can you tell me roughly how long have you been looking?" Notice the difference in how the two make you feel. The first one sounds like a telemarketer or scripted newbie, but the curious tone tells your prospect that you want to understand what their struggles are. The second tonality type is the confused tone, which goes like this. "Wow, so you've been looking for 3 months? What exactly has been keeping you from putting something in place?" The surprise behind the confusion tells the prospect that they should have done this already, or they are clearly talking to the wrong people. Or another example is, "They said you don't qualify? What do you mean you don't qualify?" Subconsciously tells them that, oh, he didn't understand that I have these health conditions, which in turn will get them to spill all the juicy details of their conditions and medication that you can use later on in the call. It will also cause them to express emotions that you can push on to help them want to buy today. The third tonality is the challenging tone. Now be careful with this one because you can't use this tone at the opening because you haven't built your trust or credibility yet. Only use this further into the conversation if you have brought out their why and their needs. The challenge tone sounds like this. "So what happens if you don't get any coverage in place? Can your family afford to pay for everything, or will they have to take out a loan for your final expenses?" By doing this, you're actually getting them to defend or explain why it's important to get coverage in place. The fourth and probably most important tone is the concern tone. This tone shows empathy and is going to show you are worried about them and how they will leave their family. The way to master this one is to lower your volume like this. Now, Janice, as I'm getting these numbers together, you clearly understand how important it is to have something in place. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to get something in place as soon as possible? Notice how I say it in a low voice, but almost as if I'm scared for them if they don't actually move forward today. For the fifth and final tonality is the playful tone. This one is typically the most natural, but if you don't say the right thing, it can come off as sarcastic or rude. So again, be careful. This is one that I actually use pretty randomly, but a good example is Janice says, "Oh, I forgot about the surgery I had last May on my big toe." And you respond with, "Oh no, Janice, I thought you said that you don't have memory issues." This has actually been proven to give the prospect a dopamine hit, which in turn will allow them to bring their guard down when you give them the quotes. Now, when using all of these tones, there are 3 things to keep in mind on when to use them. The first one is verbal cues. You have to smoothly move from question to question. If you ask a question and the prospect answers, then you just say, "Yeah, I see. Okay, that makes sense." Your prospect's brain starts to pick that up and hear that as a salesperson or tag you as unconfident. You have to master the questions so that they all sound conversational, as if they're talking to a friend, but be extremely careful of becoming their friend so you don't wind up in the friend zone. Verbal cues are like asking, "Oh, you already have something in place? So were you looking to add to it, or are you just trying to see if you can save some money?" So you just bridge into the next question. Keep in mind, bridging questions doesn't mean asking 5 or 6 questions at once. You want to make sure to take it slow, but bridge them together, make them sound natural. The next one is verbal pacing. Pacing the question gives it life so they can feel what you're trying to convey. So you know exactly how term works, and since yours just expired, you want to make sure that it... So Janice, you know exactly how term works, and since yours just expired, you want to make sure that that doesn't happen again, which explains why you want whole life. If you're getting vague surface level answers from your prospects, it's because you ask the question so fast or monotone that you don't give the prospect time to think deeper as you ask the question. The last one is verbal pausing. Let's say the prospect tells you that they're just ready to get something in place. Then ask, "That's great, Janet, but can I ask why is that so important to you now, though?" Or if you want them to focus on doing it now, "Why is that so important to you now, though?" Like I said in the beginning of this video, make sure that you write all of these down and that you study it over and over again, because tonality, it will exponentially increase your sales. Remember, you have to connect with these people. Do me a favor, and if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments below. Also, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of all my videos. Be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. See you guys in the next one.